What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. It's Austin at Origin Point. I hope you're getting ready for a great, fabulous week and had a wonderful 4th of July. Go America. It was really fun to watch the fireworks from Moxie's Roost Type. What a special event. Thank you, Clear Construction. Okay, so what are we talking about? So last week I talked about trust, not timeout, but trust. And we talked about income, we talked about assets, we talked about property held in trust. And one of the questions that came up is like, well, what about the parent-to-child exclusion? What about when we're transferring property taxes? Like, I inherited a property in a trust. What does that mean for me? So I have a little share for you with Prop 19. Prop 19 was passed in 2019. I think that's funny. And it changed the way how we do things in California from a property tax standpoint, especially with regards to transferring property tax basis. So for example, you live in the house that you inherited from your mother. That mom and your dad held it in a trust, and you want to port over their property taxes. You want to keep them. So one, I've got that link for you below. However, the main thing I want you to understand is the homeowners exemption. That is not spelled right, but that's okay. My Louisiana is showing. Now, your homeowner's exemption is what you file on a primary residence. And here's the biggest thing for you. You can file this before you own the property. So look, think about this, right? So your mom passes in January, right? And now you've got to go through the estate process. You know, you got to get the attorneys involved. You got to read the trust. You got to start distributing assets. Maybe you need to do a buyout loan, right? All these things. But you only have 1 year from the date of death before you can transfer that property taxes. So this homeowner's exemption, you need to file before that 1 year. Well, it might take a year to do everything else, right? What if you have assets in another state? What if you need to liquidify things, right? Like, what if people are having disputes about how it's going to be dispersed? It may take longer than that, but you can file this homeowner's exemption form that says, I lived there, and I'm going to port over those property taxes in the future. This is huge. Now look, this homeowner's exemption form applies whether or not you're trying to port over property taxes. It's really, really key because it saves you money on your property taxes. It designates the property as your primary residence. So if you're over the age of 5 and you want to port it to the next property, they're looking for this form. So what we learned last week is that when we're talking about trust and estates and diving through property, it's more than simply the action, it's more the loan side. This has nothing to do with the loan. This is something you need to understand. So if you have questions about it, contact a trust attorney. We've got some great ones that we can refer you to, but I'm honored to support you in any way. It's Austin at Origin Point. Make it a fabulous week.